At the crack of dawn.
I got up at the crack of noon.
No, I don't know. I went to work. It's all blur. Anyways, as your team manages to go back into this town once more to deal with the matter at hand of Astra's father not being a good dad, not being a good, well, debatable good king. His policies were very not nice, but the kingdom isn't in any real worry of collapse, surprisingly.
Isn't there like rampant racism in the streets?
I didn't say it was a good place to live, but economically it's doing quite well. That's neither here nor there. The people suffer, but the kingdom, ironically enough, is stable. Not due to the king, but middle management, which you just kind of killed off. Nonetheless, though, as your team manages to defeat the evil tyrant of this kingdom, your team is left over with a predicament at hand. Astra, given to be the rightful heir, has, I want to say kidnapped, but technically that's not kidnapping. Politically imprisoned is a better term. The king's current mistress and his younger brother, technically. With that in hand and with that in motion, and just about everyone except for the halfling council member taken care of, the coup within Mortania has been completed quite well. Minimal to very few casualties on your side were discovered, and Astra had asked the king, well, not the king, but the kingdom itself, whether or not it would accept him as the new heir. And, well, this is the main point of the kingdom, why it was so bad. The people kind of had enough, but without any actual power, they were more than willing to accept a king that isn't a tyrant. And right now, you are in the hours of festivity. Astra donned the crown, and everyone else in the crowd enjoys themselves. Ate the saved cake. Unfortunately, there could be nothing done with a lot of wine being poured on it, but people are celebrating. No child eats the cake, though. No adult would allow it. But, ironically enough, the only people left remaining here are, well, the party crowd, a few of your own guards still remaining that aren't taking care of the entire area right now, Yoko in the corner, Astra, you on stage, and I don't see where Milo went, but I'm sure he's here, maybe.
I have no clue where my token's at.
I'm sure you're
even
here.
Milo knows where Milo's at. He has ascended.
You may notice it doesn't say you went anywhere.
Oh, I thought we were headed to Astra's place. Anyways.
Yeah, we were headed to the general estate because I was going after my sister to make sure she was okay.
Yeah. Where are you, Milo?
You weren't gonna try and capture her to throw her in prison with her brother and stepmom?
No, considering that she was like the one that helped get me like smuggled out and was generally not super pro-racism. I'm gonna assume she had very little to do with everything.
Yeah. Mr. Still Mistress, though. Anyways, while you guys are here, and I eventually found Milo, you were in the GM layer for some reason. Well, a lot of things are in the GM layer right now, so I might have done a mass sweep and you were caught in it. Anyways, while you guys are, well, while the area is enjoying themselves, the only people remaining here is the crowd, a few of your own regiment guards that still belong to your retained to you, Astra, Yoko, Milo, and surprisingly enough, the most loyal band to the coin around.
Yeah, they were playing through that whole fight.
Yeah. They just swapped over to ballroom dance, ballroom blitz.
What do you guys do after, well, I was gonna say saving a kingdom, but yeah, you technically are saving the people rather than the kingdom itself.
Again, we'll let the common folk have their festivities, and we will. I at least am going to go track down my sister and make sure she's okay.
And I'm gonna follow him.
Too many people around. I'm headed out too. I'm gonna go follow him. I mean, it's not like they can see my face, but oh well. I still don't want to be too open, out in the open.
As you're passing streets and the like, you can tell that, well, a few, if you had to guess, hidden relationships are currently visible right now. And so it's not as if everyone was racist. Just no one could do anything. But you eventually travel back to the main estate, which used to belong to Aster, but will eventually no longer belong to Aster. Unfortunately, this does mean you lose your home.
Damn.
But you get a castle.
He gets a castle.
I, for the life of me, cannot find the estate. With any luck, I did not archive it, but it does sound like something I would do. Oh, there we go.
He's dead.
He's alive again! Because I did not update this token map.
Bear's gone, and that's the wrong bear.
What part of I didn't update it don't you understand? Boop.
Fine, anyways, the bear's currently back where it came from.
As Aster and the gang round the corner, you can tell that Amber is currently shooting, about to shoot a spell against you when you round the corner to open the door. Moments before you actually do, though, or before she does, she notices and recognizes you. Okay. My glass. I'm a little bit glad that I didn't shoot. And you see that your sister looks around the corner and runs over to give you a hug.
I am glad that you didn't shoot either. And then I get tackled, presumably.
You get tackled. She's not that strong though, so you don't fall over. But honestly, she is just sobbing right now. It's the kind of thing of you don't want this kind of thing to happen, but you understand why it happened. It's not nice, it's not pretty, but at the end of the day, things needed to be done. So she's not looking for sympathy or empathy or anything of that nature. She just needs to show her cry out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's cake still.
Aster, the greatest counselor of all. Unfortunately, she is not 3. So after a good 5 minutes of just sobbing on your shoulder, she nods, looks towards your group. Amber, I don't know if you consider her part of your group, but kind of technically, and then looks back towards you. We'll talk later.
Do you have a room still at the castle?
I do. But I don't think I should be there tonight. I'll stay over with a friend.
That's fine. There, the school. I think we'll be heading to the castle shortly to make sure that there's no one from the previous administration still trying to lay claim.
She nods. And yeah, Yoko. Tall family, dude. Tall family. She nods and begins to walk. Obviously, you've already swapped the guards that were here with actual people that are, people.
Loyalists.
Nah, I was talking like non-demon, but yeah.
Well, that too.
That especially.
But Amber moves forwards. All right. What happens now? I'm assuming you're going to, I don't know, turn the tables, flip tables around, hit people with chairs.
Well, I could. That's within my means, but I don't think that's what's called for right now. We need to make sure that everything is in unity so that none of the border nations take advantage of the temporary confusion. And we should warn the North of the previous transgressions. Or you could use it as a bargaining chip, but I'd rather not.
Well, I suppose I can tell you most of the things you likely have missed. She says. She goes, over the course of time, she does tell you a few things that you might have missed or you might not know about. You already know about the demons and stuff infused by people and things of that nature. And she also tells you certain locations within the kingdom above you, where some of them might lie, but obviously she doesn't keep track of everything or everyone. But with that, she also does state there are also a few spies in the area from other kingdoms, so when this is going to get out, I'm going to tell you this outright, Mr. Aster. Prince Aster, King Aster. I'm just going to call you Aster. It's easier this way for me. It's going to get out. So the best way would be to make sure your coordination is as soon as possible. And to be assisted by a new council. Sure, it can be people you trust, or you can go with nepotism. It's entirely your choice. But since you don't know most of the situation at hand, I would suggest getting people that know the economics of the area, the trade routes, and, what we export to make money.
I have a general plan that I'd like to see put into place.
Good. I was a little worried that you just put, looks at Yoko and Milo, these two on your council.
No offense
Milo's
to either
disappeared.
of them.
Yoko's invisible, and Milo has completely vanished too.
Yoko is invisible still. Are you?
It's like
Oh.
It's 1 hour concentration.
Yeah. Yeah, you still got like 10 minutes left. You're still invisible. Then she just say your names. Those two. On the council.
No offense to either of them, but I believe that Yoko is more interested in collecting swords than she is doing anything of political matter. And
I mean, there's
Truth
that,
be t-
and she's also technically part of... you know what? Not my place to say, so you can ask her about that. But not the wisest choice if you choose her.
and I think Milo has some more concerning problems with his chosen vows.
Congratulations, I suppose? Didn't even know he met anyone here.
No, vows to a deity, not wedding. No, never mind.
Oh, celibacy. I understand.
Yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
I can't say that. Fuck, that's a lie. Something like that.
Okay, you're no fun to mess with. Anyways, beyond that, there are also a few other tactical matters at hand. You have now lost general ties with our magic enchanters, our resources with mining operations. There's also our non-military fighters, the mercenary guilds as well. And I highly doubt any new heads would be willing to negotiate with you so easily.
Would you like to hear the proposal I have for setting up a new council?
Not my place to say, just giving you general advice. That's all she says.
Is there anything else you think I should know?
More than likely to pin down the city as a whole. I'm sure you likely did that. As far as you can say you did that. To make sure no one currently, at least in the next 24 hours, leaves the city.
Yeah, that would probably be part of the whole, hey, make sure that things go smoothly tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Bit to my generals that I had.
Yeah. And whether or not you care for them, hold honorable funerals for the departed, whether if they were on your side or not. It would show civility, at the very least.
Of course. Though I do believe that there will be some public executions to do, but
Yes,
that
but those
is
can
just
come
what will be.
later. You shouldn't, as the phrase goes, drop all your eggs before you make peace with the chicken. I don't think that's a term that's ever been used.
No, I don't think it is.
Never been good with metaphors. But do take care. I will be in town for about the next week to see how things go. After all, I don't want to immediately leave and be hunted down.
And after that, what will you be doing?
Going to find the person that already left.
Both you and them are welcome. Back, of course. I'm sure I could find employ for a mage of your talent.
As long as the city kingdom really, hasn't burned down in about a month, I'll give it some thought.
Please do.
She nods. Yoko, you see the eyes on the hat, like, all direct towards you. Her face doesn't, but all the eyes look towards you. And then she walks out.
And once she's gone, I'll cancel the invisibility.
You only had like a minute left, so fair.
So, Aster, what are you planning on doing now?
World domination.
Well,
no.
we all know he doesn't lie, so I guess that's what he's gonna do.
Evil laugh and everything. No. No, we need to reestablish some sort of council, middle management, as she so elegantly put it. It's something I've been thinking of, and I think I've got a good setup for it, but it'll take a little bit of preparation to put into place.
I'm assuming you won't be traveling with Milo and I anymore then? What with everything you've got going on here now?
I made a vow that if you helped me, I would help you, and I don't intend to break that. I just ask that you give me a little bit of time so that things are handled appropriately in my absence.
Can you even leave the kingdom now?
Let me worry about that. But yes, I should be fine. I might get recognized a little bit more than I would like, but that will be as it will be.
Well, maybe we should talk to Jean and see if he has some sort of solution to that. Maybe a more long-lasting version of these cloaks.
It's definitely an option, one I'm inclined to consider for sure. I have so much writing to do, holy fuck.
As you go about the day, Aster, go ahead and roll survival. Anyone that's helping him can also do so, but Milo went to go find Mary. But yeah, survival, nature, perception, arcana.
What is this? What is this for?
Just a roundabout check in the town to see if like anyone's escaped. You can perceive anyone that might pose a danger. Any magical influctuations that went off while panic ensued. And general nature of the entire place currently.
23.
Do you want us to roll all of those or just one of them?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
So you said Arcana?
Arcana, nature, perception.
Survival was the last one.
Yeah, I was just seeing and waiting until you guys roll those.
I have good rolls in your games, Dogma. I just wanted to throw that out there. I definitely feel like my rolls are above average in your games. I want everyone to know I don't have this luck in real life.
Alright, not bad.
Yeah, you rolled higher than me in all of those, and I have considerably higher modifiers in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my lowest roll there was, what, a 16?
17?
So
Yeah, well, 16 rolled plus 1. But yeah.
as your team adventures and explores looking around the city to make sure everything or everyone is more or less not sedated, but taken care of, you go over to the... Welled, yeah. Couldn't think of the word. Thank you. As you go over to the shantytown, you are able to tell that a few people did die there. None of your friends, allies, whatever you consider them, oppressed, yeah. But a few people did go into the area and, like, John, not Jean, promised he would shoot them down. And he did. One of them was the council members. So he tells you where the body is. Looking and exploring around town as well, you can tell that a few people were stopped at the gate to make sure that no one was currently, like, rushing out for panic and, like, potential danger. So that was taken care of, and a few of them are taken to guard stations all throughout. But most of it's civilians that don't really have any control or power over anything. But they just panicked, as people tend to do. As you observe the area, the natural surrounding of the town itself, a good half of the populace is celebrating. A quarter of them are a little concerned on what happens next, but aren't really doing anything. And the remaining 25% of the people are currently, like, just demanding answers, seeking their own compensation, and, like, overall being a problem. But not so much that, I don't know, Aster needs to stab someone to make a point. Your guards have been...
Wait, are they gonna try and sue the kingdom for being put through emotional distress during this festival?
Have you ever dealt with rich people? Trick question. They deal with you, not the other way around. But overall, you've trained your soldiers to do everything needed to be done. So you can leave them to that mostly. So overall, you found a few people here and there that are basically trying to run, but thankfully enough, you've captured them without too much of an issue. The main issue though was going to be Arcana, and you guys rolled pretty well. Looking at you, Aster. Yoko, 12 is still pretty good. You would have found something anyways, but Aster rolled a natural 20, so you get what you get. You can tell that there are 3 magical fluctuations in the area that you were able to decipher. Aster, you found one there, and someone within your regiment, I'm going to say Yoko or other, was able to discern that the spell used there was Dimension Door. You can send a sentry out within the proximity of 500 feet, 1,000 feet, and you might be able to find that person again. Another one in the area was just Misty Step, and with enough investigation, you can probably find that person. The last one, however, is known as Teleportation Circle, so who knows where that person went. With enough arcane knowledge, you might be able to find out how to open it to that location, but you have no current clue on where that is.
Immediately, we're locking down like a 1,000-foot perimeter from the Dimension Door.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to find that person. And we're going to hunt down Misty Step.
Yeah, that's still within the borders of the city itself, so the Misty Step person can be found with a investigation check of 15. The mentioned door would be a little bit harder at 18, but that's still within the parameters of the city/woods. The circle one, well, but you can tell that that circle was found at the gates of the Church of Light. It was a spell, not an engraved circle, so whoever cast it might have been part of that subsection of council members, or just a random guy that knows how to use magic. No, you rolled a natural 20. It was someone powerful, but you can't... Like, a natural 20 even gives you so much. You don't discern whether or not he is affiliated with them or not. But you do...
No worries.
You do and can tell that they went into the church and went back out. You can, like, explore and examine that area, even though it's not mapped. I do have notes for it. But he went in, or she went in, and then went back out. Like, within a small span of time. And you can only tell that there's only one person left through that magical circle. So it's not like he rushed in there, told people, hey, we need to get out of here, rushed back out with an entire regiment, and then teleported everyone away. No, it's more like, went in there for some reason, went back out, teleported away.
Is there anyone in the Church of Light currently?
As you go in, having Yoko and I'm going to say like 8 battalion members enter in with you, you rush in, break down doors, or don't.
No, okay. It's a little bit more brutal. Not trying to fuck up a church.
Yeah.
Also, since an hour has passed, Yoko would be back in her disguise.
Yeah, you get disguised up. You go in, militarily wise, you sweep the area. You can tell that there are some people here and there that are still there, hunkered down between and behind doors. Some of them are a little calmer than others, and some do speak with you, but others are a little skittish. It appears when, the announcement came out, a lot of them hunkered down and, like, stayed put. The only one that was still, like, wandering the area was not a small child, but a child of the age of 14, like, early teens. Technically considered an adult by medieval standards. But
So,
teen.
is Aster walking around with the crown on?
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay.
But the young boy does look towards you guys, and he does state, I don't know what's going on. People are like hiding. I'm not really sure. Do you ask me anything?
There's no need to hide anymore. There was some change in how the country will be run from this point on, but
Has the Lightbearer come to this country now?
I don't know.
Oh, well, the father did say he would come one day.
Did anyone rush in here and then promptly or soon thereafter leave?
I think so. I couldn't get too close, but it was someone, kind of like that. They point towards Yoko with like the hood and stuff like that. Although Yoko technically is disguised as something else. They just describe a person that is around 5 feet tall, 5'5", hood, all dressed, garbed up, kind of like a rogue, your standard stereotypical rogue.
Did they say anything? Did you see if they took anything?
They rushed in here and went towards in my notes it's called the main room, but I know there's a different name for that.
The hall?
No, it's where you do your prayers and stuff.
Oh, I'm Catholic, so we call it something else. Yeah. Well, the chapel is the building.
Now, it's not important currently. I'm gonna say the main hall. The sanctuary. Thank you, me. You're welcome. They went into the sanctuary and ran back out.
Thank you. There's no need to hide anymore. There's the festival is still going on. There's a cake still.
Oh, has Father Zahn given his speeches? Okay. He then goes over to go speak with his parents.
Can I head to the main
they
hall,
bring the kid
sanctuary?
into the hidden room. Well, not hidden room, but where they're hiding in the room. Yeah.
You're just kicking in doors. Kneel before me, peasants.
Yeah. It does
completely 180s his personality.
It does seem that this individual that came in here came in to do something and came back out and wasn't a part of their I'm gonna say cult. Religion. I'm gonna say
around the
religion.
room to see if there's anything like obviously missing.
Exploring the sanctuary, you can tell there are 10 pews on each side, right and left. There is a confessional booth to the right side, about 4 of them, and then in the middle of the room is a nice podium with decorative inlaid gold, silver with jewels all across it. These people aren't in need for money. But at the exact same time, you can tell that behind the podium is a little, not a shrine, but a different place where you would keep like valuable things, items of note and worth to your religion and things of that nature. You do find 3 items there, but you can tell that there's more space there than would warrant 3 items. But that doesn't mean to say that there should be more. Just that there is more space. But there you do find the Book of Light, the Goblet of Gold, and the Feather of an Angel.
Going by my real life experience as an altar boy, does there look to be any like dust from where something was removed?
Yeah, okay, that works. You do see like something was removed at the far right end of the area. You can't really discern what it is, but you can tell the general shape of the outline. It is circular in nature with various bevels all around it, which just means it has like bumps all around that circle.
Some sort of weird disc icon thing.
Potentially.
We'll ask Jean about it later.
Okay, I don't think I've named
Think it
anyone
could
Ginny
be
yet, but I'm assuming Jean.
Jean, sorry.
Think it could be like something we found at that other church where we met Mary.
Perhaps, though that would be weird considering the items we found there were because they had been smuggled there, no?
Yeah. And that giant sphere that's still on the second floor. But while you guys are discussing this, Milo, go ahead and roll a general investigation to look for a shape-changing woman in a massive crowd everywhere.
I would send her a message through the stone.
That also works. I always forget you never gave that back.
Nope.
Eventually, you do find her in the crowd. Disguised as... Rolling her disguise. Ziz. Oh, okay. Disguised as more or less a young tea, with white coatings here and there, a nice... I don't think that's considered a turban, but wrapping over their head.
A shufa.
I will take your word for it. I do not know. But Mary, air quotes, like taps you on your shoulder. In her voice, you do hear her state, it's me. She's still disguised, but it's easier for viewing this way. Did you need something?
I just going to check on you.
Oh, okay. Well, everything's fine. I did lose a lot of money today, but it should be okay. I did send a contract, though, so I might need to be traveling for a while in order to actually get paid.
Alright. Well, if you ever need anything, and I will give her a, I will tell her how to send the letters to to attract the birds that know how to get in contact with me, like through my spy network. I will tell her how to contact me through that.
Alright. Milo, I'm not saying you can't do this, but do you think that is a good idea?
Mother doesn't care right now.
Okay. You tell her this in very secret information. She takes it in, absorbs it, and easily enough does state, okay, that shouldn't be an issue. There are a lot of blanking on the name of where birds are kept.
Aviaries.
Aviaries, thank you. In just about every town, major town. So yeah, if you ever want to talk or anything of that nature. Oh, I do need my sending stone back though. Unless you're still gonna be in town, which in case you should still have it.
I'll probably be in town for a little bit.
All right. Well, I don't know how long me and my band are gonna be in this town for a while. But I'll let you know when we're about to leave.
Yeah, stand back.
Yeah. You can also tell her cadence is a little bit different for some reason or another. It was never this, jovial, I want to say.
He seems more. Does she seem more at ease?
A little bit, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, just let me know, and I'll get the stone back to you. Then you can have it now if you want. That's fine.
Oh, that's fine. As long as you're still in town, you should keep it.
Okay.
They're very expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. She nods towards you. Man, she's considerably tall compared to you. Like, not tall, but she is considerably taller than you. More or less, she comes in for a hug, gives you a nice peck on the cheek, and then begins to head back. Man, that looks so weird with her disguise. Either way, and then she begins to walk out.
All right. I'll then proceed to head into the forest.
Okay. As you begin to head towards the forest, you do see a couple guards there, stationed, and, well, they look towards you. Evening, sir. Can we help you with something?
No.
Well, right now the city is on lockdown watch, so if you can go back inside.
I'll circumvent. I'll backtrack a little bit and find a way, and then turn into a small little animal that can get through a crack or something and leave.
All right, go ahead and roll sneaky sneak stealth. It's not the greatest. Since these guys are actively looking for people, I can't use their passives.
Hold on, I need to roll from the animal that
You're looking for people, though, not animals.
You say this in a world of magic. And it was just a coup. People are going to be highly... not insightful, but alarmed at anything.
I'll turn into a cat, so I need to re-roll the stealth.
You can just tell me what your bonus was.
My bonus is only a 3. The
And what
cat's
is it now?
+4.
A 4?
So-
Then that would...
Actually, hold on. Let me actually look at my stuff. I have a +9 in stealth, actually, so that would be -6 on that roll as a cat.
So 14.
No.
You said
-6
-4.
on 13 because
Oh, for some reason.
Because
Okay, I
cat
see,
is
I see.
worse.
I have a +9 to my stealth. Cats only have a +4.
We'll take your 13. So he just needs to beat they just need to beat 13. Wow. Just barely. You are able to turn into a cat and slink out of the area. You turn into a nice gray or black cat to hide into the shadows a little bit easier and better, and sneak into the forest. You can tell that there are people wandering about, looking around, and, well, keeping an eye out for things. But right now you are hidden. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get a good bit away from the from the city and just stay for a little while. And collect my thoughts on what I should do now.
All right. You go beyond the perimeter of what you believe is the sentries in the area. You go up, not into the mountain area, but into a more mountainous area, so it's harder to see and perceive you. When you're doing so, you more or less get into a tree to just relax, contemplate what exactly comes next, and what to do. While you're doing this, Milo, what's your passive perception?
Let me check because I think it went. Let's see. 17.
As a cat?
I would have changed back as soon as I got out of range.
Okay. Change back entry. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. You do see the perimeter sentry guards are gone. They've been gone for about 100. Not 100. I want to say you went like 50 yards out beyond that point. So they shouldn't be here. But you do see someone currently like walking through the forest in a stealthy-like manner, like going from shadow to shadow, making as little noise as possible. Well, with your training and, you know, you also do this, you were able to pick him up, but barely. So you know this person's quite trained, or
I'm
just
going
good.
to cast Pass Without a Trace on myself and try and follow them.
Okay. You can tell that this person makes way further out into a more mountainous area beyond where you were. As you go down, hit the ground, you cast Pass Out of the Trace. Blooming smoke. 26. Blooming smoke comes in the area to flatten your feet and allows no sound to be made. And then you trace this person footsteps. Far enough away you can't be seen due to the light, but close enough you can still see this person. You begin to trail them as they explore outwards. I'm going to say 50 feet from one another. You can tell that they are continuously moving towards the east area. By that area, you can also tell that there is a riverbank, a bridge, and heading into the actual mountain range.
I'm gonna catch up and be like about 15 feet away from him, but quiet and stuff. And just FYI, because we're in this type of area, it's harder to perceive me than normal, even with Pass Without a Trace, because of what type of halfling I am.
Forest?
That track me are at disadvantage, and I can move through difficult terrain of non-magical plants and overgrowth without expending extra movement.
I think that just means you're not encumbered by any
No,
thing.
ability checks made to track you are at disadvantage, and you can move through difficult terrain made of non-magical plants and overgrowth. It's just like I don't get hindered by.
No. Milo, I understand. He's not actively looking for you, so the only thing
saying,
that
I'm
is
at 15 feet for him, just in case he tries to, like, in case I flub up or he just gets they get paranoid to try and see if they're being followed. You know, I was just letting you know. I'm not saying they are. I was just letting you know if they do try, like, to look around to see if they're being followed. Because I said I was moving up closer to them.
Yeah, okay. I'll give him a look. See, disadvantage. Let me look at his character sheet. Oh, not bad. But disadvantage. So, as because Milo wanted it, not really. He looks around to see if any guards, not specifically Milo, but still disadvantage. Looks to see if there's any guards around. Natural one. He notices no natural guards. No guards. And
does he look like?
Super doesn't notice Milo. 15 feet behind him. While he's looking around, you can tell that this individual is more or less human-like. But you can tell that there are various figure differences. But unless you got really close to him, you could not discern those. You can tell that one of his irises is purple-ish, and the one also is purple, but has a scar on the left side. His features are human-like, but the bone structure does suggest maybe a separate lineage besides human. With the light of the moon, you can barely tell, but the earlobes are a little bit longer than they normally would be. And
Yeah,
his
right.
nose is a little bit more pointy. But other than that, would easily pass as human.
Do I
Maybe not the.
recognize him?
No, you don't. Like, not the best looking human, but passable as human. But without keeping an eye on you and without seeing and noticing anyone, he goes into a stance that suggests just freely moving, going through the woods, not trying to hide, but at the exact same time, not slowing down for anyone to, catch him. Or whatever this guy is. But he gets to the bank of the woods and begins, doesn't necessarily means he starts, to go towards the bridge, to cross it.
I'm gonna get ahead of him and stuff. Like as he starts to go to get on the bridge, it's like. Hey,
At
friend.
that point, you're breaking stealth.
That's fine. I said, "Hey, friend."
All right, you get to him, in front of him about 5-10 feet, Milo.
I'm about 10 feet from him, in front of him. I try kind of rush around.
Yeah, you rush around him, within throwing distance. The man looks towards you. He's about the age of maybe mid-20s to late 20s. Evening. Can I help you with something?
Where you off to this late tonight of all nights?
Back to my hometown after the party. I mean, people do come into the capital to, deal with the festivities and such.
Rerolling the one. 2 fucking natural ones.
Half of a percent of a chance, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes him feel a lot better.
You're not sure if he's telling the truth or not, but you can tell that it's still a little weird. Whether he's telling the truth or not.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to gauge, I was wanting to gauge. I was gonna say it after I rolled, but I don't really get the gauge. I was gonna gauge, the level of his anxiety and the way he's speaking, but
His mannerisms are calm, but not so calm they're ice cold. It's more like, okay, a weirdo's talking to me on the bridge in the middle of the night.
from a town that just had a military coup.
No.
And nobody's allowed to leave.
No, it's more like, if you've ever traveled at night.
Milo.
Yeah, I understand Milo's concept, but Milo, all you read from this guy is, if you've ever gone at night and someone randomly talked to you, it's that situation. You're not trying to make anything better, anything worse. You're just trying to get out of the conversation.
Yeah. I don't think he should have left. Town doesn't look like it's allowing people to leave tonight after the party.
What do you mean after the party? I left a while ago. Just fell asleep in the forest and heading back out now. Why, did something happen? Wait, if they're not allowed to leave, what's going on? And why are you out here? Didn't you just say they're not allowed to leave? Look, I don't know who you are, but I don't want any trouble.
Then why don't you kindly follow me back to the city?
No, I don't know who you are. And following you into the city at night in the forest? No offense to you, but I don't trust a random stranger in the forest asking me to be led somewhere.
What's your name?
Da-da-da. He says da-da-da. No, he doesn't. Vincent? What's it to you, Mr.
Beleaf.
I'm assuming last name, because well, you are a halfling, so I don't know your culture, but I'm assuming last name. Alright, Mr. Sharif. What's it to you?
Just find it interesting that there's someone out here in the woods leaving the town right after everything that went on tonight.
Again, I left hours ago and just now walking back home.
How long has it been since the fight?
Hours ago at this point.
Yeah.
Was the city locked down the whole day?
No, just when the coup started to not rouse suspicion.
Okay.
Because it
So
looked
this
super
guy-
shady if it was before that.
This guy possibly a runaway.
Maybe. You honestly don't know, Milo. Because that was
know.
stuff told to the other players.
But I don't know, like
Milo's not
doesn't know-
stupid. You can infer to some degree of this guy was trying not to be caught. So he might know something. He might not be a good guy or a bad guy, but he's still trying not to be caught.
And what did you say his name was?
Vincent,
He said his name was Vincent. Come now, Vincent. Just take a few minutes. Then you can be on your way.
it is a 30-minute walk back there. It'd be more than a few minutes. And no offense, Mr. Milo. Sorry, Tea Leaf. You said Tea Leaf. I looked at your name. No offense, Mr. Tea Leaf. He would say Tea Leaf. That was just me screwing up. I don't trust a man that came out of the woods, went around me and said, "Hello, friend, what are you doing out here?" Would you? And if you do, you are very trusting.
No, I agree with you.
Good. Then I'm going to walk around you and leave. You see that he does start to walk around you. He does give you enough of a...
I'm like, I'll stand in the middle of the bridge.
I'm just going to use this token. You stand in the middle of the bridge. Drawing stuff. Bridge. Water. Water. And the other south and north boundaries are land. He wouldn't be that close. He would be this close. So when he tries to walk around you, you just like stand in the middle of the bridge. He does state, am I really about to get mugged right now?
Oh, I'm not mugging you, friend. You can keep your valuables. But I will need...
All right, I really didn't want to do this. You see him like crack his back, like his arms. You can tell he's doing something, but you can't really read this man, or at least his mannerisms. You see him do so and causes his like coat and stuff to wave in the air. So when you look at him, you see like no discernible weapons of the like. And he bolts back straight towards town.
I'm chasing him.
He's yelling heavily, like bloody murder right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's these guards. So when you get back into the forest, he does find a few guards that are looking for people. And he shouts out, "Someone help me! Someone's trying to kill me in the forest! I don't know what's going on, but he's just trying to kill me!"
I still have Pass Without a Trace up, so I'm vanishing while following it.
How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
Oh yeah, you're still good. The guards come over, looking towards him, and he, they do state, "Wait, what the?"
32.
Yeah, you're still good. The guards come over, looking towards him. They simply state, "Oh, what the hell's going on? I don't know who he is, but this halfling is just stopping people at the bridge. I don't know what's going on." What are you doing out here? "I was trying to go back home." "This late at night?" "Yes." I didn't want to stay in town. Any reason why you're out here at this moment in time? To go back home. I camped out for a while and then headed back because I heard some commotion in the city. I'm gonna roll and not gonna show you the rolls. Can you give a description of this man? He then gives Milo's specific description. And the guards do state, that might be the new king's right-hand man. New king? Wait, what the hell's going on? I'm afraid that's classified, sir. If you could step into the city itself to go through the process of questions and the like. No, I'm not part of your city. Just a precaution, sir, where we're trying to make sure that everyone's safe and taken care of. Look, if you're not going to help me from being killed by this man, then fine.
At that point, when he says that, I'll approach from the shadows.
There goes my hastily made map. You approach through the shadows. He's not this super close to the guards, but when you approach through the shadows, he does back up to the right.
I'm keeping him and him in between me and the guards, so...
He would be at 10 feet. You would be here. You would step out of the shadows, so he'd take a right foot step.
Like I said, let us return to town.
What the hell's wrong with you people? And he begins to rush into the forest.
I'm chasing him.
All right. Milo, what's your speed?
If I can't keep up with him in this form, I will turn into a faster form, so I will catch him.
What's your speed as you begin to lose his...
As I begin, direwolf, 50 feet.
As you turn into a direwolf, changing and overlapping your form, you begin to try to catch up to him. But each and every time you try to, there is just a good distance away. As you get to the bridge, you can tell he rushes through easily enough. As he flings out the coat to try to cover your face, I want Milo to go ahead in direwolf form. Dexterity saving throw.
Let me find the direwolf real quick. Hold on.
Should be like maybe a +4? I don't know.
I don't know, so I gotta find the direwolf form.
Yeah. Oh, so this is not how the man looks like. I just couldn't find his token.
Looks like it's a +2.
11.
That's an 11. You get coated by this coat, but you're easily able to move it away. It's just clothing.
I will drop form and cast hold person on him.
When you drop form, remove the coat, you just don't see him anymore. Do you need visibility or just like... What's the components?
Yeah, I can see him. I have to be able to see him.
Oh, then when you go to cast it, you just don't see him.
I will search.
All right. It shouldn't be that hard. He's honestly... go ahead and roll investigation. Or perception. Like, what exactly are you trying to do while searching? Like, are you looking on the ground, looking for footsteps and seeing what direction he goes? Or are you just peering into the horizon?
I can, let me see if I get... Let me look at real quick. Hold on a second. I need to check some stuff to... Ranger stuff.
Oh, by the way, the other guards are also chasing towards you, but they're not as fast, so they'll eventually get there.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure, like, I don't have something that would help me. but I'm also climbing up trees, going through the trees, looking for him because I can climb trees pretty with the
I'm assuming perception then.
Okay. Because I have a swim speed and a climb speed equal to my movement, and I have a 30-foot movement, so I can climb trees without having to roll acrobatics and
As
stuff.
you're going through the trees, as new Milo form, you look behind you to see, you go 360 really, and you do see the guards 150 feet away from you. They're coming. They're just slower than you. And when you go into the horizon line, you can tell that roughly, give or take, 550 feet away from you, you do see movement in the bushes here and there to suggest humanoid running through them.
500 feet?
A little bit extra.
Did I see him cast or hear a spell activate or something?
You honestly just got covered in the face.
Exactly, that doesn't... As a dire
but
wolf,
didn't hear a voice casting something.
So how could he, within the split seconds of me changing, get more than 500 feet away from me?
You have heard of casters that don't need vocal components sometimes. You've also heard of people or things that can do supernatural things. You don't really know. And because you couldn't see him, you genuinely don't know. Like, you have his bearings. You can still pursue him, but honestly, unless you have some type of spell, teleport here to here, it's going to be a very long night.
I'm chasing him down. But you can go back to Hunts and Raucous, but I'll spend my time chasing him down, yelling for the guards to come, and then I'll send a message to Mary to tell her to tell Aster and Yoko what I'm doing, so that they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what I'm doing. I've seen him. I'm going through the trees. I'm going to catch him tonight. And if I can get within a certain range of him, hold person, spike growth, and other things to slow him down. So that's my night with the guards. I'm also, I will actually use a spell. Let me see how long it lasts. Okay, Pass Without a Trace is gone, but in that time, I will cast Conjure Animals, and I will conjure 8 swarms of bats, and they will hunt him down.
What are bat speed?
Let me find the. Hold on, let me find it real quick. I know that there's CR...
5 feet or fly 30.
They can search a good area, but will not be able to catch this man at this distance. But they can search a very good area. Okay.
Hold on a second.
Okay, holding on a second.
What 8? Is 1/8 lower than 1/4 CR, right?
1/8 is lower than 1/4.
So would I be because the spell Conjure Animals, I'm just submitting it so that we can all see it. 1/4 or lower. Okay, there we go. And so I'm gonna cast this at 5th level, and instead of bats, I'm gonna conjure Bloodhawks, and I'm going to cast it at 5th level. So 8 times, what is it, 3? No, wait. This is 5th level slot. Yeah, 5th level slot. So 16 Bloodhawks and they have a speed of 60.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And I will I would go as fast as my legs can, but they are to go and swarm him and let me know where they're at all times.
All right. As that is happening.
No, they are to swarm him and subdue him, not kill him, but if he doesn't slow down to where I can catch up in a certain amount of time, they are to subdue it.
Are they magical? Or just
Yeah, they would be considered magical.
Okay, I just wanted to know
Various-
context clues of how would birds understand this?
They're
Yeah,
I
it's-
conjured and their spells. I can control them. They follow my commands.
So they're smart, just not instinctual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what do you mean instinctual?
Like subdue 4 animals could also just mean kill them.
No, they
they obey
understand
his
and
command.
follow my command.
Yeah.
They are to not kill him, but subdue him.
Yeah, that's what I
And
know. Okay.
I'm
Just
pretty
get there
sure
and his
they can
bones are
catch up.
picked clean.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can catch up, and with 16 of them, they all have pack tactics. So
That's gonna be interesting. Anyways, Yoko and Aster,
back to the others.
yeah.
The other-
As you're investigating the area, you do find that weird area, Aster and Fireball. What else do you guys do? You can tell that the area itself is more or less clean, and you do, after some time, Aster, get a report of something going on at the east gate. And currently, one Milo is investigating.
Oh,
And Mary would have told them that I'm in pursuit of somebody that looked suspicious that was escaping and need help if you can spare.
10 minutes later, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted her to relay that message. I don't expect any help, but you know.
The message is received.
yeah, we have no idea the time frame of this.
I'm gonna say it's happening now. Like, forget the actual time frame. It's happening now.
Okay, I mean, even if we left right now, we're still miles behind them both.
Yeah.
I say a silent prayer for Milo,
And those 2 random guards.
and yeah, those 2 random guards, and I wish them the best, but there's very little I can do, actually.
Yeah, we're pretty far.
Yeah. Also, those 2
And-
random guards are named Harry and Gustav.
Meanwhile, I would like to meet with Jean.
You eventually meet with the wrong person and then go back to his shop. Because currently he is hunkered down because, well,
We told him to.
he told him to. Again, didn't update it, didn't have time, Milo's not there. Milo, you did it! You passed! It was Pal all along. No. You're not there. After Yoko, you turn back to Jean's place, and with his brother-in-law also in tow, his brother-in-law's family's in the back, not depicted, because I didn't think it would need be. But coming into the hours, you do go to his place. Mr. King Aster, I suppose. Do what owes us this honor today at night?
I just wanted to make sure you knew that everything was more or less a success, and thankfully you shouldn't have to worry about anything.
It's good, because that would mean I may die. Which
This
is
would
never a
be
pleasant thing.
regrettable. Highly regrettable, yes.
Yes.
Would you be able to tell the destination of a magic circle?
Given
if
enough
we-
time. And, knowing where the spell was cast.
Of course. that was assumed.
You'd be surprised how many people just ask me, "Hey, can you do this?" without actual any information.
Please assume that I understand at least the bare minimum of the things that you require in order to work.
Fair enough.
I just pictured the shop with like tons of some guards outside waiting for Esther to exit the building.
There are 2 guards waiting outside. Not a ton of guards, but this is a place of interest because Astor made sure that Jean was taken care of. Presumably.
I meant as like Astor's entourage.
Oh. That'd be interesting.
He is king now.
That is true. But Jean does state, yes, given enough time, do you need it tonight? I am rested, technically. I did have to contend with my sister and her 2 children, both 4 and 3.
No,
All day.
The damage is done. You're not rested. I understand that. I understand.
No. I am asking you, do you need it today? Right now?
Oh, I see. Yes, urgently. I require you this moment. I need you to drop everything that you're doing and come assist me.
He looks towards his brother-in-law. Well, Paul, you heard the king. I have to go and perform this duty. Do say hi to the missus for me. Tell her I'm sorry, but I can't babysit this weekend either for your weekend, date. Totally sorry, but I do need to go do this. You can tell he weaseled more out of the situation at hand. Well then, should we get going?
Yes. Good night, Paul.
You all as well. When you step out, 2 guards were keeping his place safe, so they step to the side, allow you through, and Jean just looks towards you. Oh, thank you. So, where to next?
Well, I'm oath-bound to not lie, so I will be needing your assistance now.
I know.
You signed up for that.
I did. More than willing to.
Noted.
They're great kids. But they
How
talk a lot.
how difficult would it be to get a network of low-level magic users in major cities?
If they're just low level, we can use mercenaries for that. Hire them out. Have them on retainer or contract. Honestly, not difficult at all.
Excellent. So my plans for the new council require that cities over a certain population threshold elect an individual to serve as the council member. How many cities within the kingdom have a populace of greater than 60% that of the capital?
Greater?
So yes, they need to have a capital of more than half, 60% of the capitals. So they need to
at least be half as wealthy, is what you're saying? I'm
a little bit more. And by capital, I mean like this is the capital, right?
Yeah.
We have, say, 100 people. They need to have at least 60 people.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the clarification, because I was honestly confused. You tell him this, and he does state, about 5.
Perfect, actually.
If you say so.
Well, I don't want a big council. So, any city that has a populace of at least 60% that of the capital will have one elected individual that will serve on the council. the cities themselves can determine however they would like to elect that individual. However, that individual must serve on the council for at least 1 year at a time. Again, the cities can come up with their own idea for term lengths, but it has to be at least 1 year, no more than 3.
All right.
Democracy.
It's a weird democracy. It's more like there's not a good way to describe what I'm setting up here. It's kind of fake and made up, but hey, we're playing a game with magic, so let me have my fake and made up.
Swords are real.
Didn't Milo just transform into a direwolf and then summon bloodhawks?
I said swords, not magic.
Swords aren't real. You can't prove it. What a dumb hill to die on. Sorry.
Hey, look, I was messing
send out messengers to those 6. You said 5?
I said
6?
5.
5 cities. Let them know those are the terms and that those will be the new council members. I am going to start putting laws in place to encourage that cities and towns grow and expand and do other kingly things. Though hopefully I won't have to be doing that very long.
And what about the mages you asked for?
Ideally, I would like a mage capable of long distance communication in each of these cities.
Oh, with that, you would want to speak with the guilds. They would have some type of communication.
What about the school?
With the school as well, technically. Like, they would have their already established networks. So if you want to get this immediately off the ground, that would be the quickest way, unless you want to make sure you have your selected group.
We can piggyback off the school for now. There's no secrecy needing in this communication. It's simply for ease and convenience.
I simply meant whether or not you could trust the school. But understood. I'll have a piggyback system through them and then establish your own in the meantime.
Do you think we shouldn't trust the school?
I don't believe we should trust the headmaster, but that is just something I personally don't care for. A personal matter.
Reason? Personal matter?
Personal matter.
Purely personal or?
Purely personal. Spite is what people would call it.
What happened?
We used to date. He says no more.
Please trust the school, even if you dislike the headmaster for now at least, and set up the other communications in the meantime.
Right. Also, they're extremely xenophobic. All right then.
Many people were conditioned to be that way in the past, though we can only temper that going forward.
I understand. It's kind of what drove us apart. Neither here nor there. In the meantime, we'll take care of that. We'll have the councilman members set up due to the discretion of their own cities. Anything else other than, investigating the magical circle?
Yes. The location of that is at XY. And I need that information as soon as possible, and that needs to take precedence over any familiar concerns that you might have. Understand? There will be no babysitting while you are trying to figure out the location of that teleportation circle.
More than likely by tonight I can get it done, but to double make sure, I'll have those filings sent to you when I get done, and then double check them, triple check them, just in case.
Of course.
He heads over to XY. Nods, bows. Not really sure what to do, because you were just king. But he heads off. Where to now?
I just need to start like getting walls established and new things put in place. So I'm gonna go, assumedly, to the castle and speak with someone there to start doing that.
I have the castle set up for the former king.
Shame.
I'm just gonna get them off the throne.
Do you want to take our few minutes here?
Yeah, we'll take our few minutes here. All right, be back in 5. We're probably gonna start with Milo. All right,
Yeah.
be back in 5.
Gotcha.
able to stay at that pace. I wouldn't lose them.
I meant like when you were a direwolf.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Let me try this again. Bup. As we come back to you with the whole situation at hand, not taken care of, but getting there, you manage to summon some Bloodhawks after returning back to Milo form to go and apprehend this individual. Not to kill him, we made sure it was not to kill him. You try to bring him in. All the while, there are 2 guards running towards you to try to catch up. And at your current pace, they are eventually able to catch up to you. But it will take some time. You can easily wait, or you can rush in as well. They'll just have to keep up.
I'm keeping up. I'm trying to catch this person.
Yeah, so while you rush over towards this man, the 2 guards will try to catch up to you as soon as possible. But that will take time. In the meantime, I want you to go ahead and roll... Now, the terrain would do an issue.
Nope. Or
So-
if I'm good with ranger shit.
Yeah. True.
The guards maybe, me no. The guy maybe. I don't know.
You know. But as you try to...
The hawks, no, definitely.
Not flying, they're good. As you try to keep pace to catch up there, you can tell that they are slowing down. Maybe because you can't run so fast so long. But at the exact same time, Milo, you are also keeping pace to a degree. But your birds are catching up to this individual. But I want Milo to go ahead and roll a perception check as you try to pierce where they stopped or how far they are at. You can tell they're still a good distance away from you now at 400 feet, which doesn't mean it's impossible to find them, but you can tell that they're in a clearing now. But as you pass through a good distance away, you can tell that they're in a clearing in between a whole bunch of people. Your birds are getting there eventually, and within a few moments, they will eventually get there. But the man is currently at the clearing with roughly 8... No, he would be the 8th. 7 other individuals there.
What do they look like?
Kind of like him by the way they're dressed, but some of them are human. Others are orcish. You're not sure if full orc, half orc at this distance. And some of them are pretty short, but you're not exactly sure what they are due to the close. You have to get closer for that, but they seem to have stopped once they arrived to this point.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay. As you continue to move forwards, he's just upset because he's late for his D&D game. As you rush forwards, you do hear some fighting. As your birds catch up to the area, you can tell that one after the other, your birds go into contact fighting to try to apprehend this individual. But the other 7 people, including that 8th person, are just fending your birds off. How much health do your birds have?
7 hit points each.
You will eventually get there, but your bird would be gone at that point.
That's fine.
Okay. Eventually arriving there without too much of an issue, you are now not surrounded, but spread out into a more or less battlefield. Are 8 people there. Getting closer now, you do see that one very pointedly human that you were chasing down, and 7 other individuals. As you get closer, you can tell that one of them is a full orc, 2 of them are half orcs, 2 other ones are goblins, and 1 is a halfling with a weird it's hard to tell, but it looks like scales on their face. And the last one seems to be a hard to tell. They kind of have bandages on themselves to keep prying eyes from looking.
I wouldn't enter the clearing. I would stay at the edge. Got some friends I see.
he looks behind him, hearing your voice, and they're not heavily hurt, but they have taken some damage. So your birds did something. Actually,
You want me to roll?
the halfling and one of the half orcs are pretty damaged, honestly. Actually, how many birds was there? I think you said 8? 16, okay. The
And they would have
halfling,
gotten advantage on attacks and stuff.
the halfling, 2 of the half orcs, and one of the goblins look pretty worse for wear. The ones that look most damaged, though, is the one of the half orcs and the goblin. It would look like the wind can take them down. They might have accidentally died and their teammates brought them back up. Who's to say? But you can tell when you say, I got the friends there, I see. He looks behind him, clocks you, and just simply states, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
I told you to come back to town.
You do see that the very tall orc man does look towards you, Milo, and then looks towards his teammate, friend, or whatever. You don't know. States, "Is this that guy? I have no idea what he wants. The guard said he was part of the king's, I don't know, court or whatever. He's just been chasing me down in the forest for no damn reason." And,
I told you the reason.
"Yeah, you wanted me to go back to town. I said no.
And I insisted.
So you're just an asshole then."
No.
"Yes.
No.
So I'm assuming those birds just attacked us because they didn't like us?"
What birds?
They dispel after they die, right?
Yeah, they would have poofed, but he didn't know I cast the spell.
He's just assuming. But Milo, go ahead and roll deception.
Yay, minus. No, a 0, so just a straight roll. Ah!
Look at that 20. Honestly, he wouldn't have believed you unless you rolled really, really high. But with an 8, doesn't believe you. The rest of the people there don't believe you. They truly, in fact, believe you're just an asshole.
I don't care.
Yeah. Passive perception 17. Milo, you can tell all of them do have golden iris eyes. Like, that's the definitive factor of this group.
Do I know anything about that
Uh,
specific thing?
they could all be unhealthy, or they could all be angelically touched. Or lycanthrope. Yeah, that is another thing.
Like, would I, like, is there something I can roll to see if I know anything about that?
History.
Nope, I'm re-rolling it.
Natural 2. That's 7. A few things that could be lycanthropy, angelically touched, so Asmar of some sort. Just divinely gifted with magic, usually sorcerers or something of that nature. A disease technically can do that, but it wouldn't track because it's not transmittable that way. Or a 5th thing, you're not entirely sure.
The reason why you don't want to return to the town?
Other than going back with a psychopath?
Yeah, let's take me out of the equation.
Didn't want to go back. There's no crime in not wanting to go back now, is there? Because if there is, and this new, as you put it, Mr. Tealeaf, king or whatever took over, yeah, not really wanting to go back to a city that is now worse for people.
The old king's dead.
At this point in time, the 2 guards do come over.
I I'll have them stay behind me.
Yeah, you put your hand out to suggest, yeah, don't get closer. And the guy that has been talking with you simply states, you know what, Mr. Tea Leaf? Go fuck yourself. We're leaving.
All lightning in the middle of them.
You do see the half orc that is just barely on his feet does cast counter. Let me look at his list. Oh, wrong one. Nope, he has Dispel Magic. Never mind. Who are you targeting? I'm just gonna give you a general field then.
Cold lightning is an AoE.
It's an AoE, so
They're not all in the same area, so I need to know.
well, I need the most amount of them that I can get,
Yeah.
and I can move it. I can move it. So
You'll be here. 2 guards over here. This guy that says, "Screw you! I'm not listening to you because you're clearly a psychopath trying to kill me." Is there? There. 2 of the half orcs. Oh. Goblin. Halfling. Person shrouded in gauze. And where I'll just use another person for the dwarf. Dwarf.
yep, right there we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Next save.
I'll post it.
Next save. No matter what, even with that low roll, these guys just die.
I mean, I'll rush over quick enough to heal them.
No, you don't. You really think you're not gonna fight people after you kill some of their people? Because if you do, that's crazy, man. Anyways, you just basically shoot out a massive amount of thunder in the area, causing these 2 to die. Even if they pass, they're not going to survive.